We are going through exercise 13D. This is question 4a. So we need to solve for x. What we're going to be doing in this question is using our knowledge of quadratics. So I imagine that some of you might watch this video as it's a bit different to what we've previously seen. So I'm going to begin by doing this, and I'm going to slightly rewrite it. I'm going to take that 2 out here. So remember our third index law, which tells me I can multiply these indices, but there's a reason why I'm taking it out. So I've got this 2 here. So this expression here, 2 to the x is being squared. I then am going to continue writing out what I have, minus 4. I then am going to move everything over to my left-hand side. The reason why is because I want to keep this term a positive term. So I'm now going to rewrite this 4 to the x squared minus, because I'm taking this over, 8 2x plus 4. Because I'm taking that over, it's now a plus. And that's going to equal 0. Now this is where we have to recognize the quadratic which is here. So notice that I have 2 to the x, which is squared, and then I have 2x here. So I have two terms, one of which has a square, one of which doesn't. Obviously what's going on here is I have a quadratic and I have obviously a constant at the end. So what I'm going to say is let 2 to the x equal a. I'm going to highlight that. What I'm going to do now is rewrite this as 4a squared minus 8a plus 4 is equal to 0. I now can treat this like a quadratic. Before I do that, actually, let's take out our common factor. Our common factor here would be 4. So I'm going to divide everything by 4. So that's going to become a squared. This is going to become 2a, and this is going to become plus 1, and this isn't going to change. It's going to remain 0. I then am going to factorize. So what two numbers can I multiply together to get positive 1 and add together to get negative 2? Hopefully you said negative 1. So I will get that. So now that I factorized it, I can, just by looking at it, tell you what a is going to equal. So remember, we would set this equal to 0 to find what a would equal. So a is going to equal a equals 1. And that makes sense because if this was 1, I would get 1 minus 1, which is 0. Then 0 times anything is going to be equal to 0. Same thing would hold over here. So just like we've always done, you set one of these equal to 0 to find out what your unknown is. So a equals 1. Now remember, we're told up here that 2 to the x equals a. So if a equals 1, I could write this as 2 to the x equals 1. Now, in order for that to be true, this indice is going to have to be 0 because that's the only way I can get a 1. So therefore, x is going to be equal to 0. And that is going to be your final answer. X is equal to 0. Hopefully this was helpful in answering this question.